if you're going to have any credibility with your students, I think you have to be honest. And when you make a mistake, if it's you should admit your mistake, hopefully learn from it, and then move on. So anybody who's watched this, listened to me, heard all my stories, know that I'm the furthest fucking thing from being perfect. But I do try to be a teacher. I am an old man, and I do try to impart whatever wit and wisdom I've come across in my life so that I can help other people. I mean, that's really what I see my mission is. As I'm 80 years old, what can I do? Well, I mean, I can teach people, and, hopefully some people will gain something from what I'm teaching. So, I mean, one of the things, I'm a martial arts master, and, part of that is teaching a martial arts philosophy of improving yourself and helping others, okay? You're always trying to be the best person that you can be, moving always a little further every day, and then helping others. What can I do in my day to help other people? So I'm trying to deliver that message. So, if I'm screwing that part of what I'm teaching up, okay, let me fess up and say, okay, here was an incident today where I royally screwed up, all right, and I'm not gonna kind of pay for it. I'm gonna pay. It's gonna cost me money, but it's really not the money or whatever. It's that, come on, I knew better than to do what I did. All right, I was late for a meeting. And I get to the building. I'm driving around, can't find a parking space. So I pull into the parking area for this building. Now, I happen to know the people who own the building. I happen to know the people who manage the building. And there's no spaces in the lot. There's no spaces on the street. I said, come on. What's going on here? So I see a handicapped space. Now, it wasn't a handicapped space. Maybe if there was only one handicapped space, I wouldn't have taken the space, okay? But there were several handicapped spaces. So in my delusional mind, well, if a handicapped person comes along, there's still 2 or 3 spaces for them to go into, so I can take one of the handicapped spaces because in my glove compartment, I happen to have this, 10 or 15-year-old handicapped plaque that I had in the car. I guess I used to drive my father around in his final time. So I had this thing, but this thing had long expired. But I was late for this thing. I said, fuck it. I just pulled in there, pulled out this handicap placard, threw it on the window. This is a private parking lot. Private parking lot. I know the guy who owns owns the lot. I go in, have my meeting, blah, blah, blah. I come out. Fuck. There's a ticket on the windshield. $150 ticket. And it says right on the ticket, expired handicap placard on I'm like going, where is this guy? I got to, and then I said, no, I'm not going to go. What am I going to go looking for the, meet a man, meet a maid, start some big, get into a brouhaha that I'm going to lose. Why am I going to lose? Because I'm wrong. I'm at fault. I'm trying to think up excuses for myself, but, there's really no excuses for parking in this handicapped space. I don't care what kind of a fucking meeting it was or how late I was, okay? There was no need for me, there would have been, parked 3 blocks away or something, okay? I mean, the benefit to me at 80 is I can, I'm running half marathons or something. I can walk 3 fucking blocks, okay? I mean, I got to, God bless me that I'm not needing this handicap placard yet anyway. So I said, I'm not going to get anywhere arguing with this poor bastard who's just, giving out tickets and doing his job. I said, but, I mean, I'm curious. So I get on Alexa or, whatever the fuck it is. And, I said, are towns allowed to give tickets in private parking lots to people who are parked in handicapped spaces? I'm just interested. Just interested. Of course, it comes right back and says, yes, absolutely. Even in private parking lots, cops, meter maids, or whatever are allowed to give tickets if people are improperly parked in handicapped spaces. Now, this was no ordinary ticket. I mean, handicapped space, okay? It was a $150 ticket. A $150 ticket. Okay, so, I mean, I'm driving, I'm thinking, blah, blah, blah. Who do I know? What cop do I know? Oh, get this thing, and I'm thinking, no. I was wrong. I'm going to bite the bullet. Yeah, well, what fucking choice have I got? And if you don't pay these tickets, it comes back, you owe them, they triple it or whatever. You better just fucking pay the ticket. So pay the $150, okay? And then I was thinking, I mean, I wanted to punish myself for doing this hypocritical, stupid, I wanted to say a mistake, but it wasn't a mistake. I mean, I deliberately parked in this fucking space with no fucking mistake. I parked in there, and I shouldn't have parked in there. I said, now, how can I atone for this? I really can't atone for this. This is like contrary to everything I believe in, everything I fucking teach, of being a martial arts master or a high school teacher and all of that, try to be a good person. This was fucking bad, okay? So I said, I got to go. So, and then I don't know why, but it occurred to me. I have a friend who has a daughter who teaches physically handicapped children. Okay, I said, all right, this is God telling me what I should do. So I'm giving that person $150, and I'm going to say, buy supplies for your classroom, bring in ice cream for all the kids, do something, spend $150. Don't ask me why. I just take the $150. So there was the $300. And again, the money is not the point, okay? The point is that I should never have done this. And I'm an old dog. Am I teaching myself a new trick? No. I mean, I knew it was wrong, and I did it anyway. And I'm paying $150 to the town. I'm giving $150 to the special needs teacher. I don't know if I'm cleansing myself, admitting what I did. And again, I don't consider it to be a mistake. I think it's, a flaw in judgment, definitely. So that's what it is. Okay, that's what I did. This is the Bill Fitzpatrick Network. I'm the old man himself, Bill Fitzpatrick. If you learn anything or enjoy this content, throw me a subscribe, and I'll see you next time.